So, habari zenu. I want to briefly speak to people who are between 25 and 40 years. So if you're between 25 and 40 years, this is yours. This is the reason. In my quest for counseling people, I came to realize people between 25 and 40 years go through a lot. That generation have suffered. The reason is because most of them wanajaribu maisha, like they're just starting life, and life doesn't come with a manual. Life is very complicated. Life seems very simple outside, but very complicated when you do it practically. So at this age, many are beginning their relationships. Some relationships lead to marriage, and many don't. So people between 25 and 40, they suffer a lot of rejection because they have a lot of try and error relationships, come and stay marriages. So they suffer rejection either from the in-laws or from their husbands or from their wives. They suffer rejection in the working place because they are beginning to stabilize economically and job-wise. So hawa watu wa hii between 25 and 40, they go through a lot. Many are depressed, they become suicidal, and utakuta mtu wako between 25 and 40 kuna watoto watatu na mzee hana, na kuna possibility hao watoto watatu ni wa wazee watatu different, na si kupenda kwake, ni gwekora, ni kujikuta. So can I speak to you for one moment? Because that age, unless you navigate it well, utajikuta ukifika miaka 60 na 70 na huko uko na mashida mingi sana. That's why we never understand our fathers and our mothers, and we never even understand our in-laws. Unajiuliza, why is that mother-in-law that bad? Ni kwa sababu yeye ako na a lot of unfinished business. In between 25 and 40 years, many things happen to that lady or to that man, and so they never handled them well, and so they have a lot of unfinished business in old age. And that's why most of us can't even understand our parents, because mama yangu, baba yangu wako na more than 70 years, and so hawakufinish some issues ambazo walikuwa nazo when they were below 40, and so wanazibeba in old age, and they become toxic and they become difficult. And before you judge anyone, and start their journey. So watu wa 25 and 40, ikiwa utaki kufika miaka 70 uwe na mashida mingi, so let's handle this unfinished business right now. Now, I can say many things, but I want to be very brief for the next 2 minutes. Many people between 25 and 40 years, you have given up on life. You might even be listening to me. You have given up on relationships. You have given up on marriage. You have given up on yourself. And you have even tried suicide, but it seems it's not even working. You have been married in 3 different places. Even some places you have been married, even your parents don't know uliolewa wapi. Some of you, mnanisikiza, you don't even speak to your friends, you don't even speak to your siblings, you don't even speak to your parents, because you became so independent, you became so hurt, mpaka kwa very stubborn, ukaingia kwa kashare kama ile ya tortoise, and so mtu kukufikia ni gumu sana, because someone hurt your life. Now, so I just want to give you this example, and this is my example. Accidents happen every day, but people still travel. We have aeroplanes that crash, but people still use aeroplanes. Children die at childbirth, but mama bado wanazaa. Exams watu wanafail, but the next year utakuwa exam ingine. One thing about life is, despite what happens, life goes on. People die, but the country continues. This world has weddings and funerals all happening at the same time. We have divorce cases going on in our courts, and we have wedding ceremonies going on in the churches. The point is very simple. Usifikiria kwamba something happened to you, life wouldn't continue. This should be a bitter pill for you to swallow. Despite what happens in this life, life still continues. I told one client of mine, nikamwambia, ukijiua because of your husband will come to your burial with a new girlfriend. Watatupa mshanga. Na mtoto wako atapelekwa orphanage. Nikamuuliza, is that the life you want for your child? Ni kama alitoka from another world. She came back to herself. Because in this life, you must know that despite what happens to you, people mourn for you 2 to 3 days, then they forget. And life goes on. So, how should you face life? Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. You can still do it again and succeed a second time. A very important point. Ni hiyo marriage iliharibika. Si ati wewe ulikuwa na mbaya. Hapana. It is that relationship, it is that marriage ambayo iliharibika. Ima vya kusemaga all men are the same. We are not the same. Ni wewe ulikutana na mzee mbaya na kijana mbaya. You can meet someone who is good and caring. But you have to move on. Si ati unasema ati all women are liars. No, ni wewe ulikutana na msichana ambaye alikudanganya na kaenda na pesa zako. We have great ladies out there, but you have to move on. Maybe umepoteza job. There are so many avenues of getting other jobs. You don't have to sit down and cry. This world is bigger than Kenya. This world is bigger than East Africa. My point is very simple. If you are listening to me, you are between 25 and 40 years. You can still do something else and you can still succeed. Unaweza jaribu tena. Imeandikwa, a righteous man falls 7 times, but at every fall he rises up. It is time you rise up from your ashes. It is time you try again. Na kama vile mnasemanga ati uwe kama ambulance, unalia ukiendanga. Usikae hapo chini uanze kusema I will never relate again, I will never be engaged again, I will never marry again, sitapata mtoto mwingine tena. No. Who knows what is ahead of you? The storm you are going through shall come to an end. There's a blessing ahead of you. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Rise up. Dust yourself. Life has to go on. And my prayer to you, may God bless you. May God be with you. May God give you grace to forgive, to let go, and to have a new chapter and a new beginning. Because life must go on. The grace of God is always sufficient. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiza.